Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one I thought I would do just a quick unboxing and review of some drive-on hydraulic car ramps. So stick a picture up here. I've been looking at these for a few years on and off. They're obviously not going to give a full great height as the scissor lifts it, things like that, but they're handy for storage, they're handy for getting underneath the car and working on your back. So yeah, I got them on a good deal through eBay just after Christmas. Normally they're sitting round about £170, £180 for the two. I got these two for £145. Just need to keep an eye on some offers that are on. So I reviewed a few. Some got terrible reviews on the welding quality and not been up to spec, whereas these ones got good reviews and they obviously they met specific safety guidelines, which is obviously what you need when you're underneath a car. So yeah, so I'm going to open it up, set it up, say what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then see what it's like getting a car in the ramp. So a bit of technical data for you, just looking at the site. They are an Rebus make. I will put a link in the description, but basically drive on height of 245 centimetres and hydraulic lift to 350 centimetres, so it's a bit more than the standard ramps I've got at the moment. The platform is 400mm by 270mm, and the width of the tyres maximum is 270mm, with an overall length of 1150mm. The load capacity is 2 tonnes. So there's not great packaging inside. I'd have hoped there had been some kind of polystyrene filler, but it's just basically metal to metal. So straight away you can see all the chips on the paint here, because when it's been in transport it's been banging against each other. Comes with the ramp, and again slight marks and scuffs there. The bottle jack, a few books on it, but to be honest there's nothing in it that would really need to show you how to assemble it. It's fairly straightforward just by looking at the pictures, and the reason there's a few is it's in a few different languages. A few safety pins to hold it in place, and I think that's about it. There's also, in those safety pins, I believe there's nuts and bolts that you need in here, so the rest So there is hardening packaging slips at the side, but again there's scuffs. So I don't know what I thought when I seen it in the pictures. I didn't know this would come unattached. I thought it would have a bracket or something holding it in. So this basically sits under the platform here, and the only way it's held in is because it's compressed against the bottom and the platform when the platform's in. So Pluses and minuses with that, I suppose when you're lifting it and storing it up on its side and the platform's not locked in place, then it'll have a tendency to fall off. So that's the downside. I suppose the plus side, especially for me, at some point soon I'm going to be using this for lifting the cars and my storage is tight against the walls. So if I've got this end tight against the wall, it just means I can turn this the other way and get access to jack it up for there, so it's a positive for that for me. Also, if this fails at some point, because obviously the hydraulic side of things over time is going to break down, it's going to fail before the lift, so it'll be easier getting a replacement for this than paying for a full a new lift. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that, being like that. The platform obviously only goes one way. This is the drive on part here, this is the stop here, so it sits on like that. On the side there's these two brackets here. This little packet here. I know this because I've assembled the other one off camera. So it didn't take much, to be honest, to sort of have a look and see what was needed with it. It's fairly simplistic and fairly obvious. So we'll come back to them. Two of these brackets, which basically attach on here and here, just with the bolt and nut. And what these are is basically to stop the platform coming off once it's raised as high as it goes. Basically, it's going to catch under here. So this has to be put in place first before that's put in, otherwise it won't get over. And just nuts and bolts. What I'm going to do with this bit here, for in here, I'm just going to put some some grease on it, so that when it's going up and down it's just a bit easier. It's not metal on metal. I found with the other one, if it came up at a slight angle it was catching, it had to come up square, so the grease will just help it on its way. As this lifts up, there's two holes and 2 points. The pins go through here, so basically once you're jacking up you see the holes going through. The pins will go through here, and it's just a safety thing that if the hydraulic system fails, it's not going anywhere past these pins. So there's a hole here and here, and there's just a keychain that puts them in, so basically you're not going to lose them, because you're guaranteed that those things will be like 10mm spanners. They will disappear in the garage. A better view with the small camera, they go here and here, and there's the holes. As this moves up it opens up the holes in the platform. There we go. That's pretty much it. It just this sits below it, just your standard jack, so the end point here tightens the hydraulics, locks it off. Before it gets tension, it's obviously a bit wobbly because it's not got nothing holding it in place. That was the downside of the bracket. But once it makes contact with the platform, it'll be locked down, it'll not move. Which is there. So I'm going to leave that at that bit because I don't want to lift that up too much, because it then increases the ridge here for the car to drive on. I thought I'd give you a side-by-side view comparison of my old ramp, and you can see night and day. Takes up a lot more space, but the height that's going to give me is going to be a lot more substantial than what I've had with these little ramps. Don't get me wrong, these have got their place and their price reflects, but this is definitely an upgrade. So it's easier showing you this in the small camera, but this is it on the ramps on the base level. And already on the base level, it's a lot better than my old ramps. Got quite a lot of clearance under here. And yeah, this is why I need these ramps. So yeah, at the back there, I can come back slightly. Show you how much clearance I'm getting there. Really pleased with it. And I've got another 10 centimetres to go up there. So 22 inches clearance there, with them at their lowest level. Really good clearance, I have to say. Really pleased with that. Not far off what the tilting car lift gave me, that I wasn't happy with, that I reviewed earlier on in one of my earlier videos. But if I can give you my point of view underneath here, this working height here is fantastic, all the way back to probably central of the car. So to get this kind of clearance at the front and the rear is ideal. Difference in height. .26, so another 4 inches. So the Mini is now on the ramps, as you've seen from the small camera footage, and I'm going to just do a sort of assessment. Easy enough to put on the ramps, no issues catching. I didn't need extensions, and Minis are low to the ground anyway. I think they're about 15 centimetres off the ground, so I can't imagine there'll be many issues with normal cars or standard cars. So yeah, one of the issues I had, and I had this with my last ramps, was that when I was trying to come on, and because I've got a concrete floor, it tended to slide slightly and sometimes it could throw it back. So if I was to make an amendment when selling these, I would put rubber grips or some kind of grips on the bottom. I'll look at that myself to make it easier and more user friendly for me. But yeah, that's something I would upgrade with them. The bottle jacks, the top is probably about 15 to 20 mil circular circumference, diameter, sorry. I would have a plate on that so it basically sits under here better and it lifts it more evenly, because if you put it in the wrong place it tends to lift at an angle, which means the holes that you put the pins through don't line up as easy, so I would maybe improve that. The bottle jack, they look quite cheap, to be honest. One was sticking slightly and it wasn't coming down, so I'll need to keep an eye on that, and I may contact the seller and say I don't know if it's a fault with that particular one or if it's, like I say, just cheap ones. The good things with them is that you can replace the jack without replacing the whole ramp. So if you want to get better ones, you can invest in that, and if they break, which they will, because in time they'll break before the actual ramps, then they can be replaced to just come in and out. But yeah, that's the kind of negatives. The positives, you've seen the access I got underneath here. Probably in comparison to the tilting lift, there's not much difference. But this I feel a lot more safer getting under. I just felt with the tilting it was relying more on the position on the body, the structure of the body, whereas this, you're on the wheels, you know, you're up. It's a lot more flexible driving on, jacking it up and moving it. So yeah, no, I'm really pleased with it. For the price and for the quality, I would definitely recommend it. Hopefully someone got some from this. If anyone else has had similar experiences with poorer ones, with these specific ones, or if you recommend other ones, stick them in the comments, because these videos are all about getting information out to you guys and giving the best advice and products, so yeah. So just to add an update about the ramps, I contacted the company, they apologised, asked for photos, and I got quite a good discount on this, which I was happy with because it's just paint damage. There was one of the bottle jacks that was quite sticky, they've just replaced that as well. So yeah, really pleased with the service I had from them, really pleased with the products, and so far anyway, I would recommend. Obviously I've not really put them to good use yet, I've only lifted them once, so time will tell. I will put a link in the description where I bought these ones from. Like I say, I did shop around, a lot of them do seem similar, but choose carefully, look at the comments and look at some of the feedback, because some of them are not to the correct UK specs and some of them are cheaply made imitations, so yeah. But yeah, as I said, I'm overall pleased, so I will end that one there. I'll say thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers!